What it do? What it do? What it do, y'all? Another week, another new episode of Tech File. We got some more NFL previews coming your way, talking about the NFC South and the AFC South. Got a couple of basketball questions. Got to pay some respect to John Wall, who hung them up. And shout out to Naomi and Big Jim for Netflix and chilling their way into something real special. So we're going to talk about all that and more on this week's episode of Tech File.
Hit him hard. Let's go. Red T-E-C-K. Running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game like he did. What's the late me? Spitting real talk for the entertainment. The podcast stand the game up and I get smacked back down like a WrestleMania. Tell them little bit of they know spready at a home city. You know, get it boss, keeping on the low setting. And you know we keep saying so we never gotta get telling everybody else that you get ready. Ain't nobody else doing this like I. Better keep them cameras and microphones hot, cause this one's a vibe. Gotta run this race with my tribe. I going live with the pie. Do it like there's no tomorrow. Came to my ear later. Shout out to my point guard. We about to hit him hard. Got him throwing in the tap. Tell the red blow the whistle. This is technical file.
Welcome to episode 403 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, episode 403, a.k.a. Ass Catch 'em, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. Hold on. 403 kind of caught me off guard a little bit, like, God dang.
It's been a long time, brother.
Yeah.
So you tried to switch it up and fuck yourself up. I am
Hoping
the
halfway.
Eric J.
Only known as.
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports. Not joining us this week is Kay Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
Kay Harris, the gentleman, is going to be out of the office this week and next week. So it should be the trio rocking here for a little bit. But welcome y'all to the show. If you have not yet already, make sure you are following us on our social media at Technical File Podcast, TECKNICALFOUL on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Technical File Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. On the YouTube side of things, make sure you subscribe, like it up, comment. All that stuff is free ways to help the pod, helps the algorithm, helps more people find the pod, and all that good stuff. And if you do that, you can also join the show live when we record every Tuesday evening. You can be like Shells, who's in the comment talking about that 400. Yeah, we've been here for a while, brother. And Shailen's in the chat as per usual. You know, Shailen was good, sir, was good. So y'all come join, be part of the show. We interact with the comments all the time. So come on and do that. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Come on. All right. Like I mentioned, NFL previews continue this week. This time we are looking to the South, AFC South, NFC South. Got a few basketball things to touch on. Mentioned John Wall's retirement. And I have a question for the fellas about a team most likely to make a jump this upcoming season. And then we're going to end with some wrestling and then also a little Brewers talk because the Brewers been doing their thing. So we're going to talk a little Brewers baseball today as well. So let's get started. Previewing the South, the dirty, dirty South, going with the AFC South first. So a division with the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Tennessee Titans. When you look at the AFC South, what is your big question about either a team in the division or the division as a whole? Because my question is, do the Colts have their quarterback of the future on this roster? Like today, we saw Daniel Jones was named as the starter for this team. Anthony Richards' agent, I just saw it come through, is not happy with this announcement. Feels a little disrespected by how AR is getting treated, and said that he's unsure of Richardson's future with the team due to questionable trust now with the team. So I don't know if they have a quarterback on their roster for the future. Anthony Richardson, it's been an experiment so far with him. It's been up and down. The good flashes are really good, and the bad is terrible. And then Danny Dimes is Danny Dimes, although he doesn't want to be called that anymore. So, yeah,
Okay.
the quarterback situation in Indy, I have no idea what they got cooking.
One, I think is kind of crazy. Well, no, I won't say crazy. It's a little interesting that they felt disrespected. Now, we don't know what the behind-the-scenes conversations were. They could have had behind-the-scenes handshakes. They could have had some behind-the-scenes agreements. Like, look, no matter what happens, you're going to be the starter, this, that, and the third. Could have been, but if there wasn't, and, James Harden, he's a liar involved, like, I don't think you should really be too surprised. Daniel Jones did have a pretty good preseason. It looked like he was doing pretty well in camp as well. The same things that they were saying that was up and down was pretty much consistent from last year to this year. Like, it's not necessarily saying that Richardson was making a big jump this past what's current preseason. Jones did look pretty decent. Like, they called it. I'm like, hey, it was a quarterback battle. You lost the open competition. It is what it is. But the fact that they coming out like, I don't know, we're gonna be here now. Like, he was always considered a project.
That's the part for me.
Always. So
you knew what you were getting into with the development piece of his game. Maybe they didn't expect it to be this up and down along the way, but like he's also had some injury misfortunes along the way.
Hurt him a lot.
Yeah. So it's like, are you gonna give him the time to actually try to grow into this role, or is it? And it feels like it's already it.
I feel like this is the way that he can grow into it, though.
By being benched?
Be sitting behind, because he hasn't had the opportunity to. Every time since he's been drafted, he got thrown in the fire right away. Then he got hurt. Then he came back, got thrown in the fire again right away. Then he benched him again. Then they turned around and unbenched him and put him back in the game. But he has not had a chance to literally sit down and absorb it outside of being hurt. This is the chance to do so. You got Joe Flacco and Danny Dimes in the room. Like, literally soak it up.
No, Joe Flacco was with
I'm sorry, Cleveland. But Danny's still a vet. He's been here for like 6-7 years. I think this is going into season 6 or 7. Yeah, one of the two. But he's been there for a while. Even though he didn't succeed necessarily with the Giants, it doesn't mean that he was a terrible quarterback. He had a moment or two. But he could be a pretty decent vet. Like, you get a chance to actually chill and develop and learn the system and shit. And then if he fucks up, which he probably is bound to, you can go ahead and step right in and be good for the rest of the time.
I think I get it from both perspectives, where, as like to your point, where it's like, you drafted me knowing I was a project, and you haven't really you haven't instilled him with any type of like support, at least outwardly. It doesn't seem like you put a strong support system around him. Like, you haven't really had what appears to be a plan other than let him figure it out as he plays, which anybody that watched his college tape probably could have been like, that's not the route to go. Like, he needs to learn how to play football, and especially at the quarterback position, like, you mentally have to be there before you can do anything on the field. Like, you have to be able to manage the team. You have to be able to know exactly where everybody's supposed to be at. You have to be able to think the game before you can even get out there to play. So if you're just like, if you are so behind on the learning aspect of it, and they throw you out there, like, you aren't getting anything. More likely, you aren't getting anything out of playing your way through your mistakes if you don't even understand why you just made that mistake. If you don't understand like what led to that mistake, like, if you can get the theory down, then you can practice it a little bit more. But if you're going out there just winging it, like, there's no benefit from just throwing him into the fire, which it seems like is what they did as far as his progression. But like, maybe they're looking at it like this is a zero-sum, league, where if you're not contributing to us, like, why are you here? And if you aren't catching anything, like, we tried to slow you down a little bit last year, benched you for a little bit, threw you back in there, it didn't seem to take. We bring in somebody for competition to hopefully kind of inspire you to be better, to take it more seriously, to show us things in practice, in mini camps, in training camps, whatever, what have you. They haven't seen it, or at least like they haven't seen enough to
give him the reins.
To go forward. So, like, again, like, I get it from both sides, and maybe it is just best that you guys part ways. But I will say I'll say two things for Richardson. One, be careful what you wish for. look at what Trey Lance went through, where
Yeah.
it's a pretty similar situation where people are like, he didn't really get a shot. He's still young. Is he gonna make the Cowboys?
Yeah, he's still with the Cowboys,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I don't think he got cut yet.
Go back up.
Like, I don't know where he's in that part of his career already, and it's like he's never even gotten a shot. But it's like you got to be able to show them something that gives them confidence that you can do it on the field on Sundays when it really counts. The other thing I'll say is, like, I saw a tweet earlier. Anthony Richardson just turned 23 in May. He's still younger than Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, C.J. Stroud, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix Jr., Tyler Slaw, and Bryce Young. So he is still very young. Potential will only get you so far. So we'll see.
Shell's added trades with the Chargers now, was with the Cowboys last year.
So
To your point about Anthony Richardson, when you think about the quarterbacks that were ahead of him too, like 2 years ago was Gardner Minshew. Last year it was Flacco, and now it's Danny Dimes. And Serial Sensei in the comments added, all I know is if Daniel Jones is considered the better option, it's about to be a long season. Between this and the Cowboys, I'm gonna just start watching baseball.
Okay, so I guess my question would be in this instance, as far as the leash goes, are you saying that the leash should be more so with him being on the field more? Because I feel this is only year number 3. He was drafted in 22, 23.
There you go. Just do the math. Yep.
You still can pick up his 5th-year option. So you have
that's not the window.
3 full years of control left under his contract. 3 full seasons.
Including this one?
Including this one. That's why I'm thinking the leash isn't necessarily taken back yet. That's why so the question is, would it look like they're giving him more grace if they just kept him out there and allowed him to develop? Or does it look like, hey, we have you for 3 full seasons. Even if you only sitting on the bench for half of this one, you come to this one, you figure some shit out, we'll work with you, and then eventually you get back out there, you still have 2 full seasons left, and we pick up your 5th-year option. To figure if you want to throw a fit, that 5th-year option shit out the door.
I mean,
I think it's out the door regardless. Like I think that again, like she just named off the quarterbacks that he's been fighting with the last 3 years. Like,
come on, man.
They've given you the runway to grab that job, and you haven't. I think that we still have one preseason game left to go, right?
Yeah, this weekend is the last set of games.
So they, they called it early. They're like, we've seen enough. Danny's our guy. So it's like he can see the writing on the wall. Like I don't think that, and especially if he's coming out now and saying all this, like that means that he hasn't been instilled with confidence that this is we'll take a step back to take a step forward. This is we're moving on. This is the direction that we're taking. Yeah,
the beef that Richardson's agent has, quote, trust is a big factor, and that is at best questionable right now. Anthony came back and made the improvements in the areas he needed to improve, and by all accounts, he had a great camp, end quote. So he was just saying, like, listen, y'all told him he sounds like Isaiah Thomas in The Last Dance. I met the qualifications. But it's not. I'm not getting the opportunity right now. So we'll see how that continues to shake out. And quarterback is a question that you can ask for a couple of teams in this division, because Shell said that his question for the AFC South is Trevor Lawrence really that guy or a bust? And Tim, I know your question was along those lines too. And you're somebody who's always said Jacksonville is your AFC team. You love Jacksonville, but you also seem to have a similar question to Shells about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Shells, I'm right there with you, my boy. Like you said, I've always been a Jacksonville. I've been a Jacksonville fan for a while. So when we got Sunshine, I was geeked. I'm like, we got somebody. We got a franchise quarterback in essence, like everybody else kind of felt. But bro's development, I can't completely blame it on him though, because he's had 4 fucking different coaches. since he's been there. Like 3 different offensive coordinators and shit, passing coordinators, game-changing coordinators, run coordinators, all kind of different niggas coming through there. Not just the coaches, but the personnel as well. Travis Etienne was his starting back when he got there. Now it's he had Bigsby for a minute, Tank Bigsby for a second. Shit, I forgot what he got right now. It ain't Etienne. Etienne's still there, but my point is, like, he had a change of person, wide receiving personnel. Calvin really was a comeback project for him when he had him. Like, it was certain thing, and he still had a hell of a year. Christian Kirk, but now he got Brian Thomas. But the problem is the new coach now. He helped Baker last year. He was offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming in now to kind of help him out because they said the biggest thing was his footwork. So he's trying to change his footwork up to make sure that he has, like, but these are simple things, kind of to Eric's point from Trey Lance or any other prospect or Anthony Richardson. Like, certain things should kind of already be there for certain guys. It's expected to be. Everybody can't beat Aaron. Jordan Love, thankfully, has arm talent enough to kind of do those throws like Mahomes and shit. But everybody can't do that shit. You're not meant to. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to have 1, 2, 3 step into motherfucking throws and shit. Don't throw off your back foot while you're trying to throw across your body. What you doing? You asking for it. Everybody can't do that. So to try to emulate it for somebody types of some players, no, come in, let's go ahead and refigure, get your fundamentals, you get your one together. Hopefully that'll help out because that's what helped Baker last year. Like, it's kind of nuts to hear that and say that, but yes, my question for the AFC South is Sunshine or Trevor Lawrence. Like, he's the most under pressure here. Like, is this make or break for him? Because you kind of have everything in place now. Like,
that part.
Jacksonville offensive line is still something to ask for. Like,
it's better than it has been in some prior years, but it's still a question. And that's the thing with the Trevor Lawrence experience, where the question keeps being, is it actually Trevor Lawrence that's the problem, or is it the play calling? Is it the supporting cast? Is it the offensive line? And it feels like this is the year where we're finally going to be able to get some semblance of an answer to that, because they finally do have a guy coming in to run this offense that they have a belief in. And you saw what he did in Tampa Bay last year with Baker Mayfield and the floor that they achieved there. So it's like, is this going to be the year where you finally figure it out? Serial Sensei thinks so. He said this is the year that will really solidify who Trevor Lawrence is.
I mean, I kind of read that as whatever he is this year is who he is.
Yeah.
So I guess a question. I don't pay attention to Jacksonville all that much. Is it that he's not a superstar, or is it like we're not sure he's a starter?
No, he's a starter. It's
he's
just
a starter.
Is he his?
I mean, I see, like Shell said, or is he a bust? And like Bust felt aggressive. Like my impression is that he's a starting level quarterback. He just hasn't been what they expected from the number one.
Correct. And again, that's correct, but several things is true in this. Like, the Jaguars have been a dysfunctional organization for a little bit. The Jaguars have gone through a coaching carousel for a little bit throughout his career. The Jaguars have been through a personnel carousel throughout his career. The offensive line has been shit since he's been there. Like, a lot of things can be contributed not to just him, but what you see overthrows on simple throws. You see easy, wide open reads that they be like, okay, look, this should have been here, or you could have been, like, certain things. So even Brian Thomas' growth last year, he got hurt last year. Like, so it still was like kind of yes and no. Like, the benefit that he'll have this year, even though they had the 8th easiest schedule last year, they had the 9th easiest schedule this year. So they also had a lot of coin toss games last year. They were 3-10 in games decided by 7 points or fewer. 3-10 is nuts.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Trevor Lawrence. I just came across this stat. Looking at how he's performed statistically over the past 3 seasons. In 2022, finished 6th. 2023, 18th. Last year, 28th. So the question is, are we on a downward slope now, or has it been circumstance? Yeah. And I mentioned, like, the offensive line, like, it's better than it has, but, like, it's still bad. It's a bad offensive line in Jacksonville. And that's the thing too with Cohen coming in from Tampa Bay and taking over. Like, you go from Tampa Bay that had a fantastic offensive line to Jacksonville where it's
It's very questionable. Like you said, it's better, but it still sucks.
Yeah, how you talk to the Bears offensive line 2 years ago?
Correct.
Yeah. So we'll see how it shakes out, but I think this is a breaker make year for Trevor for that reason. Like, you do have Brian Thomas, y'all drafted Travis Hunter, like you got some pieces now there where like it should come together if it's all there. But
I mean, I guess for me that kind of brings up like kind of a bigger question, which is like, it seems like if you don't have a top 10 quarterback, then you don't have a quarterback, or at least that's the way that kind of people look at it, where it's like, you could probably like, if the rest of your stuff is good, like you could probably win with like the 12th best quarterback in the league. But it's like, it seems like kind of Daniel Jones, where it's like, I mean, granted he was kind of bad in his last couple of years, but like there was a point where he was at least like in that middle third of starting quarterbacks, which isn't terrible. It's not great, obviously, but it's enough to win you some games.
No, that makes sense. I mean, Dwayne in the comments added
Kirk Cousins zone. It's like kind of what I'm describing, where it's like if you just have competence and consistency at quarterback, even if it isn't top end talent, even if it isn't like, you know, monster production, like as long as you have competence at that position and leadership, like I think that there should be a much longer leash. But it seems like teams kind of just like churn through, always trying to reach for the stars, and like they're never happy with, you know what, we're solid, this can get us through, we need to build up, like, you know, make sure like everything else is kind of showing up, because like a great quarterback obviously covers for so much, but it's like slightly above mediocre, it's just like, oh, we got a bum and we need to find something better, and it's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I'm looking. Wait, Dwayne said it was circumstances with Jacksonville. They damn near couldn't even run with Etienne and Tank last year.
No, like I blame the fucking offensive line. I mean,
you can't, like, that's where you're going to start.
You can't do nothing without a damn line, dog. And they keep losing pieces and getting shit but a line.
Yeah, and I'll say this as we wrap up the Trevor Lawrence part of it all. Like, ultimately, as a quarterback, they're just entrusting you not to turn the ball over. Like, please don't, like, bare minimum, take care of the ball. Don't make no mistakes. Like, just keep it clean. At least don't put us in a bad situation. So we'll see how that continues to shake out for Jacksonville this upcoming season. Now, the next two questions I had: best offense in the division, best defense in the division. The answer was the same for us in both of those categories, and that's the Houston Texans. And that's even with the Texans team last year, where offensively took a step back. Things did not flow the same way that they did in 23, when they felt like they were really coming on and kind of taking over and surprising the world there at that point, where it was like, dang, CJ Stroud is really that guy. Last year, it just did not click the same. Of course, injuries did play a part in it. But still, in this division, with the Colts and the Jaguars and the Titans that are now running out a rookie quarterback themselves with not many pieces around them, like, best offense feels clearly Texans. Best defense also feels very clearly the Houston Texans.
I will say Houston's offense, the weapons, their offensive line is okay. Like, their offensive line isn't great. Their offensive line is okay. But you have a combo of Joe Mixon and Nick Chubb out of the backfield now with CJ Stroud. And the motherfucking, you said what?
So ain't they both old though?
They're older.
Joe was getting his shit off last year. Like, Joe had a hell of a year last year.
Like for running backs.
For running backs, Chubb got hurt, so that's why he left Cleveland, stuff like that. But Joe is still pretty nice. How old is Joe? Joe is 29 for a running back.
It's old for running back.
Correct. So, I mean, but I hear you. I hear you, but that's a nice little combo to have for them to be able to spell both of them. You ain't got to use them both full time. Those are two great part-time halfbacks to have there at this age. But the wide receivers is the motherfuckers.
H-backs? I mean, if you're a part-time halfback.
Anywho. No, so let's go with, I was looking at the wide receivers. So I got Nico Collins, Tank Dell. Nico's already, like, Shout out to Dwayne. Dwayne was early on Nico Collins. Like, he's been a fan of Nico Collins for a while, but like Nico is now who he thought he was. Nico, Tank, you got Christian Kirk still over there. They drafted the two rookies in the first and the third round, back to back, because they both the Iowa State teammates. And then they got the receiver, and then they still got Dalton Schultz at tight end as well.
They got some options. It's again the question for the Texans is going to be the offensive line.
That
is
line
is going to be better.
It's cool. It's not. It's probably middle of the pack. Like,
that would be good for them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the line is okay for them now. Like, it's not necessarily like it's good, but it's above average to the point where I think they'll be able to maintain long enough for them to drop some shit to make sure that these running backs or these wide receivers can get that ball quick.
Can I just say, like, as a Packers fan, like, we've been spoiled as far as quarterbacks, but we've really been spoiled with offensive linemen throughout the years, and it's baffling to me that teams invest all this money into quarterbacks specifically, but then also like their skill positions, and then just like neglect the offensive line. It's like that should always be like 1A, like QB and offensive line. Like, watching what the Bengals have thrown out in front of Joe Burrow is like practice. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense to me that you again invest all this money into quarterbacks and then don't pay to make sure that they stay upright. It's like,
I feel like we were having a conversation this week on Pack-A-Day about it, and like the concern-o-meter with the Packers offensive line. And we were talking through it, and it was like something happens to Jenkins, like the backup spot, like how you move and this and this and that. And I was like, here's the thing, like the Packers offensive line depth isn't as deep as it has been in years past. And I can see why that can make some Packer fans concerned. But like, we're talking about the 7th and 8th guy on the roster. Like, that's the conversation of like, I don't feel as good about the 7th and 8th guy on the like.
There are teams that don't feel good about their third
guy. First guy. Fucking center is trash.
Right. So, like, to me, again, based on what we've all talked about so far with this division, Houston is the clear like favorite in this division in the AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, Tennessee in the standings this upcoming year. But I should also say with that, I don't think that there are going to be a lot of wins for Jacksonville, Indy, or Tennessee. Even if they finish in that order, it's not going to be like, Jacksonville got 10 wins themselves. Like, they're just going to be second.
Yeah. I have Houston, Indy, Jacksonville, Tennessee. Indy is in a pretty... Indy's secondary is coming along really nice. They have some pretty decent corners. They got a pretty decent safety. You still got DeForest Buckner over there, and you still got Glover over there too. So they defensive tackles, interior pass rush or something. But Kwity Paye still on the outside. But linebackers is something they can look for. But their defense is cool. Their offensive line is great. They have one. I think they have the. They probably have the best offensive line in the division. They have left tackle, left guard, the interior guards, and I think right tackle. 5. You still have Jonathan Taylor back there. So, like, I don't think Indy is going to be too far out of the conversation. They'll be able to compete because they also got receivers too. Like the Alec Pierces and I know Pierce is the first one that came to mind.
Pittman.
There's others, but yeah, Pittman. Like, they have receivers over there too, getting the ball. You got the tight ends, but that line is going to be able to keep whoever's behind them upright. And if Daniel Jones, who really didn't have much of a line in New York, can stay upright in Indy and get the playmakers the ball, they'll probably design something to get them the ball a little bit faster. He may look, Minshew came over there cooking, but we know Minshew different. Minshew a little different. That's my boy. Minshew a little different. But no, you should be able to operate like you said. Last year it was Joe Flacco. Like, they have a line decent enough to keep whomever is back there upright, and I think with decent enough quarterback play, they will be there.
I think that's fair. Okay, I respect it. Shell's got Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, and Tennessee for his order. Let's head over to the NFC South now. Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans. The big question here about either a team in the division or the division as a whole. My question was, is this the worst division in football? Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans. And New Orleans will bring this down a lot because they're just not expected to be good. I think they're still the only team that hasn't named a starting quarterback too at this point. So like a lot of things in flux with the Saints. I think that the Panthers will be better than they were last year. Right. I think some of what we saw from Bryce last year when he got re-put back into the lineup is something you can continue to build on. And Atlanta, their secondary is kind of trash, but curious to see Michael Penix Jr., what he looks like for a full season. We know they got Bijan, so like they got some talent in the backfield, but man, I don't have high hopes for like any team in this division outside of Tampa Bay.
Sorry. Just because you mentioned Bijan Robinson, I saw a clip where somebody accidentally drafted Brian Robinson Jr. instead of Bijan.
Oh, yeah. Number one in the
draft.
Damn. You got to be more careful, my boy. Well, I appreciate the gift. Let me get that
right. Let me get Bijan on that too.
Ain't no, shit. And I'm finna talk about you all year. You picked that motherfucker number one. He better put up number one numbers, my boy.
And it wasn't like, ESPN draft. It was like they were gathered together. He had to go put the name up on the board. He put it up there, and then he like stopped and looked, and everybody was just cracking up.
High as hell.
And I just saw it before we started recording that they looking at trading him. So like it's not even like you can hopefully just luck into maybe Brian Robinson have a great year.
You could.
I mean, he still might.
Get cut at this point too.
Huh?
He might just get cut.
Yeah, which is a bad sign for your number one pick. So,
right.
To Atlanta secondary, you still have Jesse Bates and AJ Terrell over there though.
Those two are nice. Those are your bright spots. But
so you have a legit outside man corner, and you have a top notch, probably top 5 safe.
And that's it though.
But everybody else is learning. They kind of growing. They develop. they kind of young. They team had to get it right. Everybody else is on the development track.
Where you gonna be sitting here getting tested by them Tampa Bay wide receivers? Like, Godwin is out.
Them two boys over there.
They got that rookie now over there though.
Ibuka, yeah.
So, dang, are you and Shells like twins this week, Tim? Because y'all got the same type of energy when it comes to the questions.
Shells, you need to be afraid, bro. Like, I don't know. I ain't a wavelength you want to be catching.
Hey, watch out, bro. Watch out. What are you doing?
Shell said his question for the NFC South: can Bryce Young pick off where he left off last season, Tim?
That legitimately is my question. Can Bryce Young finally take that step and look like his draft status? Because he really did towards the end of last year, like the last couple games of the season. I think 4 or 5. I think
the last 10. I think he played like the last 10 when he came back.
I know the last 6 for sure. He was cooking. Like he looked really, really, really good towards the end of the year, and he don't really got receivers still. He got good running backs for sure. Chiggle Hubbard, phenomenal, and then they still got Brooks as the rookie over there. But needless to say,
they drafted Ted McMillan.
Yeah, so they got McMillan, they got Xavier Leggett, and they got Adam Thielen.
Yes.
They don't really have too many wide receivers. They're developing, they're learning.
It depends on the ceiling of McMillan.
And Leggett, because Leggett is a high draft pick too. Like he's supposed to be turning into that. He needs to take a step. McMillan needs to come in and just be the rookie that he's supposed to be. Like you have expectations for your rookie, and if they exceed them, cool. But he come in and be a rookie that catches the ball and just be like 500 yards for my rookie. I'm cool with that. Like I don't expect my rookie to come in and get 1,000. Some people be crazy like that, but like I don't expect my Golden, if he come in and got 500, 600 yards this year, fan-fucking-tastic. But I don't expect him to be getting number 1 targets like that. You know what I mean? Like if my rookie come in and do that and eventually takes over that way, cool. But I don't expect my rookie to come in and get 1,000 yards in a motherfucking season. Give me 500-600 yards. Show that you're productive.
When one is drafted as high as McMillan is, I am expecting that. I'm keeping a buck.
You want him to have 1,000 this year?
Need it.
Or close to it.
Need it.
Also, you got to think like 1,000-yard season isn't like it's devalued a little bit. Like they got 17 games.
It has. So, like, it has 100 yards a game.
1,000 yards a game now.
100 yards a game over at least 10 games.
Get you there. And you got 17 of them things now. So like,
and you know, every game you ain't gonna get them catches. Every game you don't get you get targets, but you won't get catches every game. Like
that's less than 60 yards a game. I think that's not too much to ask for your number one receiver, which is what they drafted him to be.
Or maybe I feel like Thielen's still probably number one, but they'll move him into the number. He'd be the number two, and then they expect him to take over. I think this is Thielen's last year.
Again, you don't use a top 20 draft pick on somebody that you expect to not beat out 34-year-old Adam Thielen.
Right.
Like, Thielen is still okay.
I don't care.
I hear you.
I feel like you get attached to the names and like don't realize like don't be produced.
He's still
the way that they used to.
Thielen showed some promise at the end of like that. Their two connection is what helped him last year a lot. Like towards the end of the year, like they really started picking up, and them two started making some noise. So him being the vet and him having that connection with the quarterback makes me feel like until he earns that and until he works his way into that, yes, he's drafted to be the number one, and yes, he could probably beat him out, but him and Thielen would be 1 and 2 unless Leggett takes that next step. Now, if y'all two can drop Thielen down to number 3, that's even better. That's fantastic because Thielen number 3 is a fantastic 3 in slot for them. Well, not slot, but like a fantastic 3 for them.
You can't take much from ESPN depth charts because it is what it is, right? And we're still in the thick of preseason, but they are listing Ted McMillan as the number 1, Thielen as the 2, and Leggett as the 3 kind of slot guy. And don't forget too, they also have Hunter Renfrow over there now as the 4th receiver. So like
working his way back.
Yeah. And Dwayne, who watched a lot of Adam Thielen as a Vikings fan in the comments, added Thielen should be a possession receiver at this point, and they better figure it out with Leggett. They have to.
He's the issue.
Like Keon Coleman with Buffalo, where it's like, all right, like last year,
you was rookie.
This year, need a step forward.
Yes,
gotta have it.
And I'm cool with, and I'm fine with that. So if that ends up happening for them, that's all the more better for the Panthers receiving core, because then it'll be a lot better than I'm anticipating them being, which for Bryce Young will be even better because then, yes, you should definitely take that step, and you have a run game, and you damn near have the second best offensive line in the league. Like 1 through 5 is nuts on the Panthers. Like their tackles, their guards. The only thing that's a question mark is the center, and the center is still pretty good. But the guards and the tackles, fantastic, bro. Like they should not have. The Panthers might make some noise this year, like surprise some motherfuckers for real. If Young can take that step, if Leggett can take that step, because if it's going to work out and Adam Thielen still end up being with the most receptions in yards by the end of the year, then yes, you have a big problem on your hands, not just for him, but your receivers and your quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think I'd say Carolina is a top in the league division for sure, but there's just some mauling offensive lines out there, like in Philly and in Denver, and honestly, even Green Bay, I think, has a better offensive line than Carolina. But the point remains of like, it's good enough for you to be able to get what you need to get done. And also, similar to their cousin division in the AFC, in the NFC South, we also have the same team listed for best offense and best defense, and are in agreement that we think this team should finish first in the division, and that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Even with Liam Cohen leaving and going to Jacksonville, Baker Mayfield, like Baker can be a wild ride. It can be a wild ride with Baker Mayfield as your quarterback, and I think they schemed him up really well last year in particular, but the weapons are still there. I think they should still be the favorites. Like I said, I think the division is kind of bad still at this point. You got some teams taking that next step. And right now, it feels like it's the Buccaneers' division to lose again.
It's like Baker is basically what I was talking about earlier, as far as like striving for stars and not being happy with just having a decent quarterback. Like the Browns still can't get it together at the quarterback position, and they have a guy that's, that's one of the better quarterbacks in the league now. It's like you just got to put infrastructure on these guys. You got to put an organization around them. You got to put functional people around them, professionals. And like, I'm not gonna say anybody can thrive, but like if you put them in a better situation, like they're going to be better. But if you have them around dysfunction and just like switching people out year after year after year, like Trevor Lawrence, it's like, no, you're not going to get consistent production because like everything else is in flux, and you can't count on anybody to have your back. You can't see a plan from A, B, C all the way to Z because it's like we get to F and then we switching it out and we gotta go back to A again. Like it's just
start all over. Yeah,
you gotta start all over again.
You know what's crazy about Baker Mayfield, like talent wise, is you could argue because like the top 9 quarterbacks, I want to say top 9, top 10 quarterbacks are damn near set in stone, which is kind of crazy to run through those. But then number 10 through 14, you're looking at like the Baker Mayfields, you're looking at the Jordan Loves, you're looking at the Brock Purdy's, you're looking at the like Dak Prescott's. In that area is where you can argue 10 through 14, 15. Because outside of them, like above like number 9, I would put like Jaden Daniels now. Jaden would probably round out that top elite with the rest of the guys.
Yeah,
but
would you rather have Jared Goff or Baker Mayfield?
Goff.
Two sides of the same coin to me.
They're close. That's what I'm saying. And Goff is like number 6, 7 in the league with quarterbacks. Like as far as like because of where he at, the way he's played, he's shown that. Well, no, I want.
That's kind of high.
Let me run that back. Hold on.
Top 10, arguably.
Like, I would say like instead of like rankings, it's more so tiers.
Oh no, Goff is up there. Goff's up there.
He's top 10. I think he's
up there with the Justin Herberts and all of them shit. Like Goff is up there arguably with them cats. I hear you because he's more mobile and shit like that. But Goff's been really consistent too.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Purdy, Mayfield, Goff, Dak Prescott. See, now you're getting to that range where it's kind of like Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray.
Once you get to Kyler down is where you start getting question marks.
I didn't say Jordan Love yet.
No, I got Jordan above him.
Okay, I'm just making it clear.
Jordan's above Dak, and Jordan no. Like
I think
once you get to Kyler,
I think Kyler might be the line. It's like if you're above him, you're good. If you're below him, you're kind of questionable. But
you got a lot of questions.
Like, he's like the over under, like where it's like over under is your quarterback better than Kyler Murray? If yes, you're good. If no, you're bad.
Let me give you 3 names.
Like it depends on the day.
You got Bo Nix, Drake May, and Aaron Rodgers around that area.
And I mean, Bo Nix is the young gun too.
Right, and I take Bo over Kyler right now. But that's kind of where you that's kind of where you at. But hell, even down there, that's still like 20 quarterbacks into the league. Like the league has some pretty decent quarterbacks now, bro.
There are.
Like over half the team's got a good quarterback now.
Tua, CJ Stroud, like there are still some names we didn't even get to that we were just naming.
Over half the league got a good quarterback.
It would be an interesting exercise to actually rank all 32 quarterbacks,
the starters.
But another day, another conversation for another time.
I'm gonna say we can do it the week before preseason. I mean, before the regular season.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So 2 weeks out.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gotta do all 32. We can just tier them. Anyways, we'll talk about that off the air. What I do want to talk about is how you think the teams will finish in the conference. As I mentioned, we all think the Buccaneers are going to finish first in the NFC South. I have Carolina, Atlanta, and New Orleans rounding that out. I see Shells in the comments went Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans, which is also the same order that Tim had. Again, Shells and Tim.
Be afraid, Shells.
Got that ESPN going on, my boy.
Oh no!
Let me just ask
don't
about this.
do it. Reconsider.
Read some literature.
You sure?
He just said, "Bruh."
That's hate.
Real question. Do the Saints win at least 5 games this year?
No.
I said no too.
No.
No, my boy. Like on paper, they're a little bit better on paper than you think, but because they still got Olave over there, who's a really good receiver. Still.
If somebody can get the ball to him, what does it matter?
They trying to figure it out with Spencer Rattler or Tyler Show.
They won. I said 5 because they won 5 last year, and I think it's a step back this year. I think they might win 4.
They are putting themselves in position for the legacy comeback in the draft. They want the grandson.
And I did see Archie make mention of like, hey guys, I actually haven't decided what I was gonna do in regards to the NFL next, like after this season. Whatever else you heard from my grandfather or whatever, like just kind of ignore that right now. Oh, interesting. Shells added that the Saints are sucking for Arch. Yeah. That's a wild sentence, by the way.
Right. He can say that all he wants. Like, I'm telling you what their plan is. Like, they're putting themselves in a position to. So every loss is a win in their book.
So, again, on paper, they're not terrible. Like, the offensive line is above average. They got Kamara, but he's 31 now. They don't have a quarterback. They brought Brandon Cooks over there, but they got Brandon Cooks, Shaheed from last year.
You can't get the ball to him.
I get it, but I'm like, their defense is not bad either. They have a pretty decent defensive line. They have 2 really good safeties. They got Julian Blackman and they got Justin Reed. They got 2 really good safeties. And the corners they learning. I think their biggest issue is getting the ball out. But if they can do that, or if Spencer Rattler can turn into a decent player, like they might be better than people give them credit for.
How much better is that in your opinion?
Bring the camera down a little bit.
7 wins. I give them 7 wins.
Shit.
That's a lot.
Hold on, let me go to their schedule. Let me go to their schedule.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Saints schedule.
I feel like we spend too much time on the Saints.
I will give them a little bit of love.
Last in the division, way too much Saints conversation.
Just give them a little bit of love. That's all. You know, we got some Saints fans in the building. I'm sure.
Do we?
We probably they probably listening. You know,
the schedule just win or loss. They open up at home against the Cardinals.
I give them a dub.
Okay,
that's gonna be a good game.
At home against the Niners.
L.
On the road against the Seahawks.
L.
On the road against the Bills.
L.
At home against the Giants.
Toss up.
L. Yeah, I'll give him an L on that one though.
At home against the Patriots.
L.
Wait. If they can't beat the Giants at home, who do you think they can beat?
We're going through the list. We're going through the list.
They can beat the Cardinals at home, but they can't beat the Giants. Anyways.
Some games are toss-ups.
Anyways, on the road against the Bears in Chicago. That's an L.
You're going to be spiteful.
That's an L. No, that's an L.
At home against the Buccaneers.
L.
On the road against the Rams.
L.
On the road against the Panthers.
I'll give him a dub on that one.
On the road? In
it's
Carolina?
A division game. It's a division game.
Yeah, that's also 10 weeks. And they have their bye week.
Yeah, but it's still I give them an L. Because the Panthers' defensive line is pretty good. They ain't got no O-line. Their O-line is it's okay.
Bye week 11. Week 12, they come back at home against the Falcons.
Oh, I'll give them a dub on that one.
On the road against the Dolphins.
I think they can sneak one.
On the road against the Buccaneers.
L.
At home against the Panthers.
I'll give them a dub on L.
So you think they're going to sweep the Panthers this year? I don't. That's at least a split.
No, because I took the other one back.
You took it back? Okay, my fault. I said Carolina last. At home against the Jets.
Oh, I'll give them that one.
On the road against the Titans.
I'll give them that one. Titans suck.
On the road against the Falcons.
It's a toss-up, but shit. I give them an L. I'll give 6 wins.
Yeah, and I don't think they're beating Carolina or Arizona to open week 1. So that puts them right back at 5 again. Best case scenario for the Saints. So, you know. All right. Let's change gears real quick and talk some basketball. I had a question for you.
Basketball.
We were just talking about the Saints and how bad they are. As Shell said, they sucking for Arch. It's a wild sentence. Which NBA team that did not make the playoffs last season do you think is most likely to actually make the playoffs this season? Not the play-in. I'm talking about the playoffs. A team that did not make the playoffs last year in the NBA. What is the team that you think has the best chance to make the playoffs this year after missing it last year?
Atlanta.
That's a great answer, I think. Especially in the East, how things are shaping out. They were a play-in team last year. They didn't make it. I think this is a year where the Hawks are in the playoffs. They're one of the teams in the East.
Heat? Who did make it? The Heat?
The Heat?
Mm-hmm.
It was embarrassing, too, when they got there.
Yeah, they got smoked. One of the 40-point blowout or some shit like that.
Again, like I get why they can't do it, but I liked it in the bubble where it's like you had to win a certain amount of games or be within a certain amount of games of 6 to trigger
to be in the play-in, yeah.
A play-in. But like a 37-win team should not be making the playoffs.
I think that's a fair that's a fair opinion to have. I think that is fair.
Anyway,
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, like I think the Hawks are safe. A pretty safe one. Again, like Camille, you and I were talking about it before the podcast, but like I don't know what we're gonna get with the Sixers. Like,
yeah,
I'm assuming here's how I'm gonna be with Embiid going forward. I'm going to assume he's out until he's actually playing and playing consistently. I do think that Paul George will be better this year than he was last year, just because I don't think he could be much worse. Although, you know, knowing playoff P, like,
quick.
but like they have Maxey, Jared McCain. He looked good last year. They have BJ Edgecombe, who I have high expectations for. Quentin Grimes, I'm assuming they're going to re-sign. So they have talent.
All in the guard room.
All in the guard room, for sure. And they even lost Yabusele. So they don't have much depth in the front court. But it's like if those vets come back and are at least serviceable, like I think that's at least a playing team. And then as the Heat prove, like if you can get to the play-in, you can do anything at that point. So and I think the other team in the East for me is Toronto.
I don't know where to put Toronto yet. Like,
they weird, bro.
This is such a weird team.
They have a lot of talent. It's a lot of weird random pieces.
Team of 6'9" small forwards.
A lot of them.
And Isaiah Quick or
Emmanuel Quigley. And RJ. How tall is RJ Barrett?
Like 6'5".
Yeah.
Just big ass guard wings all over the damn team. Everybody just about the same damn size.
And then there's Jakob Poeltl at center. They got Mamu over there too now from the Spurs, who was in Milwaukee for a bit. Like,
I'm glad he's still in the league, because I honestly, once he left the Bucks, I thought he wasn't gonna make it, but he still. I'm happy for him, truly.
Like him and Sam Merrill, like I've given John Horst a lot of flack for his drafts, but like he can find some second round undrafted guys.
That's what Sam Merrill. My feelings still hurt about Sam.
You were a big Sam Merrill fan.
Y'all know that Sam Merrill.
You got AJ Green, same.
And AJ might even be better. So like, enjoy it.
Have you seen him do his open runs? This nigga been out here doing open runs.
Like Michael Jordan in the open run, bro.
I ain't trying to hear that shit. He out here cooking.
Oh no, I did, because he dunked in one of the videos too.
Yeah. But I was like, I don't even give a shit that you dunk it. Fuck that. You ain't doing that in the game. Let me see the shooting, my boy. That nigga was pulling from half court beyond half court. Fire! Hit that motherfucker! Fire!
They showed somebody like his high school mixtape, and he had handles. I mean, for a high school guy, like that shit don't work in the NBA. But it was kind of crazy, like seeing him just like mixing dudes up and getting to the rack.
Like, I don't need that. Shoot.
Hey, listen, if you can add a little bit of that in this game, like it will be helpful to have, because they're gonna run him off the line. So if you got a couple dribble game into something, like, we're not talking about AJ Green right now, Bucks made the playoffs last year. They ain't who we talking about. Are there any teams in the West that did not make the playoffs that you think like this year they can do it? Because it's really two teams for me, and it's
I was gonna say the obvious one is the Spurs 3.
Yep, and the other one to me is Dallas, where it's like I can see
if they made the playoffs or not.
I can see
No,
them.
because that's how they got the number 1 pick. Okay, yeah. Dallas and the Spurs for sure.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Like I would actually be surprised if the Spurs don't make the playoffs. I think Dallas too.
Random thinking about that too. Do you think the Phoenix Suns make the playoffs, or are they out 2 years in a row?
No, I think the Suns are cooked.
Okay.
Because it's just Devin Booker and a bunch of nothing.
Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks,
whatsoever. But like the worst 2 Houston Rockets starters from last year.
Damn, I guess you could say they were the 2 worst starters for the Rockets last year. Dylan Brooks is still valuable though. Like
yes,
I think
Jalen Green. I think that this is not a good situation. Like there may be something there, but I don't think that he'll be able to show whatever he's going to be or whatever he could be playing with Devin Booker. And that's not a slight to either one of them. I just think that they have like duplicating strengths and Devin Booker just does everything better than Jalen Green does. So it's like I'm not really sure what his role is on that team. Same thing with like Bradley Beal. Like he's basically sliding at the Bradley Beal role, where it's like,
can you do it better than
what is it? What is it that you do here? Like I don't know what you're supposed to bring to this team that somebody much better than you is already doing.
We're going to see. Phoenix is the team that's kind of like the Raptors in the East to me, which sounds weird to say. I'm saying Phoenix and Toronto are sames to me, but like I'm really curious to see once they hit the court, what does it actually look like? But
sorry, what even are their stars now? Like I'm assuming Mark Williams at 5, Devin Booker.
Unless they go with Nick Richards, but I don't think they probably go with Mark Williams.
Did they ever sign a point guard?
I think Devin Booker's gonna be their point guard.
Okay.
Which I mean, he got some playmaking juice. Like he can. It's fine. It's not ideal, I don't think, but you can get away with it. So I would assume it's him. It's Book, Green, Brooks, Mark Williams, and
Royce O'Neal.
It could be Royce O'Neal.
Which he is
I can't think of the rookie from last year.
Kobe Bryant.
Oh, Ryan Dunn.
Ryan Dunn. I wonder if Ryan Dunn can push too. It'd be like a small ball 4 in the rotation there. We'll see though.
I'm unmoved.
Oh, they still got Monte Morris. No, he's a free agent. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because they had one of the Joneses over there last year.
Orlando.
Yeah, he went, which I love that fit, but we got some retirement news today as well.
Granted, he's been out the league for a couple years now, but John Wall officially retired. So Camille, you were talking about this before the pod, but like that makes Paul George is the last man standing from the 2010 NBA draft class.
Yep.
But just John Wall, like I think that he gotta
hit that Dougie.
Hit him with that flex. That was his shit.
I think it sucks because I think if you play his career over again, like this is on the lower end of like what it could have been, just because he got derailed by injuries. Like we were talking about NFL franchises that are just kind of like a hot mess, and that was the Wizards for so long. I think that there were some of those early teams with Wall and Bill and Gortat and Trevor Ariza, where it was like that was a solid team.
Yeah.
Especially given how the Wizards have been throughout history, and it's just like they can never really break through. Like there were years where I wouldn't say John Wall was the top point guard in the league, but he was definitely like a top 5 to 7, which
for sure.
We've been doing Tech File since 2017. Like I'm very clearly, you can go check the tape of the old episodes where we were having the debate about where John Wall ranks with the point guards. And I remember being adamant about he's a top 5 point guard. Like John Wall, when he was healthy at his peak, man, just real fun to watch hoop.
Mhm.
Just the energy he played with, the handle, the shot making, it was all real smooth. And it was kind of funny going from like Agent Zero to John Wall, where it's like, all right, here's your new guard to continue to build around here. Shout out to John Wall, man. Shout out to John Wall.
For sure.
And saying that all the things we want to say, Paul Wall, the people's champion. And
Paul
shout out to Paul Wall
baby.
too for the Gracie's Corner concert and doing his thing with Gracie's Corner. Okay. Wrestling here. We mentioned it last week. Naomi had something medical. We knew she was making an announcement, and they came officially on Monday Night Raw with her announcing that she is pregnant. Her and Jimmy Uso, Big Jim.
5 letters, 1 word. Ski.
Here you go.
He's all over the damn place.
I love the speech Naomi gave making the announcement. When she said, "I ain't handing y'all ish," I was like, "Oh,
get your ass out the ring."
Her dropping the Netflix and chill bar. The Netflix and chill bar on Netflix was beautiful. Just, I love this for Naomi. I love the run that she's been on. Like, I'm kind of sad that it's coming to like an abrupt stop, but at least it's for a reason, that something that they've been chasing for some time now. So like, I'm happy for them to start their family, and I hope that baby is okay, because that baby's been through a few matches.
I was gonna say, like, shout out to women, because the stuff that she has put her body through in the last 7 weeks while she's been pregnant, just amazing. Shout out to any pregnant woman.
They almost got me on during her promo. Cause she was talking. That's when she had made the Netflix and chill bar and shit like that. And shout out to Big Jim, because if it wasn't for him, you know, I'll be running you, dog walking y'all for the rest of the years. Like, he the only one that could take me out. I was like, damn, I hear you. And then they started chanting, "You deserve it," and she went from scowling to almost like trying to fight back tears. And y'all like, y'all almost got me too. Oh, like, being a parent makes you so fucking soft, bro. like fuck, like random shit. I'm like, I hear you. Like, they have, but like you said, they've been even doing like Total Divas and shit like that. Like, they've been talking about it for years and trying for years. So then you see Becky Lynch on Twitter. So how irresponsible of you to get pregnant while being the champ? Like, excuse me, ma'am.
You do the exact same thing.
It's not my conversation, but somebody else pulled your receipt for me.
That was the whole point. That's a heel move, to be like, you're trash for this, and it's like, you did the exact same thing. I love it. I love it for them. I was gonna ask y'all like future planning, but I just want to shout out to them. Like, just shout out to Naomi, shout out to Jimmy. I'm looking forward to when she does come back in a year, however long it is that she's out, and what that run might look like, because I want to add the caution tape on the belt that she added. Loved it. Love the personal touches of this caution version Naomi. And I'm happy she's been able to get flowers during this run too. So shout out to her for that.
The best tweet I saw, well, not the best tweet, but like the funniest tweet I saw was I'm just imagining a bloodline member that can get away with saying nigga, and then he's gonna be a menace.
Another 25 years.
Like, honestly, that's probably all of Rikishi's grandkids, because them boys love them from black women.
Yeah. Solo with a black woman, Jimmy with a black woman, Jay. Yeah. So they already say it. So.
Oh yeah, let's show.
What did Dave Chappelle say? As a nigga that says nigga, I know that nigga says nigga a lot.
That's how I felt about Jacob Fatu in particular. Like, I know you a nigga that's
crazy, my boy.
Yeah.
Who gonna tell him not to?
I'm not about to get on like that. Jacob Fatu, nobody. No, thank you. Some Chris Jericho news. I saw he was liking some Instagram posts too. Kind of hint, wink, wink. Let me put this out in the universe.
Yeah, so he I think he's also like a known source for certain wrestling journalists, so he's putting this out. But apparently his AEW contract is up at the end of this year. And there is reportedly mutual interest between he and WWE in a potential reunion. I think, well, yeah, I guess Ken is the only one of us that actually watches AEW. So as WWE, watchers, like, is that something that you would like to see? Do you want to see Chris Jericho come back home or stay where he's at?
Absolutely. I think Chris Jericho, I've said it before, he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He feels underrated to me at times with the amount of different times he's reinvented himself with these different characters and found a way to be relevant with them all. Now, I know, even without me watching AEW, I know he is past his prime and that it do not look like the Chris Jericho that we last saw in WWE anymore. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be. If you can find a way to be relevant and entertaining as like the vet on the way out, do it. Like, I would love another Jericho WWE run to end the career.
I feel like Jericho, from the little that I've seen from AEW, I'll be spot checking from time to time. Jericho is more so in the storytelling mode. So like he's not finna wow you with his matches. They need his brain more than anything. Like the way he's creative and the stuff that he comes up with and things of that nature. I think a lot of the factions and shit was helped by Jericho and stuff like that. Like some of the bigger storylines over there at AEW. Mm-hmm. And so I can understand why WWE will probably be interested in. Well, like, hey, look, we can do the Paul Heyman, the Eric Bischoff joint, where like your mind is just as great as your physical talent, my boy. So like, yes, bring your ass back over here, direct a couple matches, draw some shit up for us. Like, you can retire in the ring, but stay here. We need you here. We can use that over here. Like, yeah, it would be fun. And like you said, Jericho typically reinvents himself to suit whatever he needs to. And I have no doubt that with the locker room that they have here, that he'll find some way to, even if him and Sami Zayn probably could hook up, or him and The Miz would probably come back to life and shit. Like Jericho will find some way to bring somebody back. You know, he's been pretty good about that too. Like Karrion Kross, maybe he'll revive him or figure something out for him.
I think he tried to find some young dudes to kind of help put over to him.
Like 40-year-olds.
But I'm just saying, like, he typically comes with guys who, like, you feel like they're faltering a little bit or their character kind of stagnant, and then he kind of hooks up with them and it blows up.
Carmelo Hayes, like that's who he needs to be in the like.
There we go.
Like that.
Somebody
like, that's
like
that. Where it's like, all right, let's push this forward. It feels like they're slow building that with The Miz right now with their fake tag team that ain't a tag team, but like that's the kind of guy that you would put in the program with a Jericho at this point of like, we need to just kind of get him some more reps. Let's keep pushing him forward.
I think there are 3 instances in which I want to see Jericho back in WWE. I was going to say ring, but I don't even want that. For the Hall of Fame, I'd be cool if he was like a GM, or if he brought back the List of Jericho gimmick. Like that's the only instance in which, like, I know he doesn't go back on anything, so I'm sure that's dead and buried. But like,
you made the list.
That was the best Jericho in my opinion.
That was top tier Jericho. The List Jericho with that scarf.
Yeah, scarf, boy. He used to come out with them dams. And then him and Bailey had a thing with the stupid idiot joint going.
Yes. Yeah. Jericho. Yeah. I love it.
He usually gets with people for a second. Like, I love Bailey. Oh, here you go. I've always loved Bailey, but she had a moment too where she was a little stagnant, and her and Jericho had they fun and shit like that. Like
now. That's why they got this.
She might be going back to being a hugger.
And
yeah,
you had to.
I was like, I don't know if I feel like I love Bailey. I've always loved Bailey.
They're not going back to hugging. Like they're just bringing back all her old stuff.
Personas and shit.
I'm assuming it's like she just wants.
She's probably hearing the voices of her character's past.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope put me in the writing room, WWE. Put me.
We should have been in there a while ago. We done drew up some shit for them. Drew up some shit for their ass, boy.
I had a friend watch Unreal, and she does not watch wrestling, and she was like, "That was fantastic." She's like, "I don't watch this, but like I was very drawn in," and she said the women impressed her more than anyone else in the entire docuseries. And part of what Eric was talking about, just women have to go through so much, in addition to putting on high quality matches at the end of the day. So. Shout out to WWE Unreal on Netflix. If y'all have not watched that, I would highly recommend it, whether you're a wrestling fan or not.
Camille, did your mom keep watching after SummerSlam?
No, but she's asked me questions.
Okay.
She's been asking, and that's the follow-up of the questions of like, What? So what's happened with that goth evil girl since I last saw her? And I'm like, oh, Rhea Ripley, yeah.
The goth evil girl is crazy.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she kind of scary. My mom watching wrestling was funny. I would love to get her to do it in person and actually like record her and like post it, but she wouldn't let me do that. She don't want the internet to ever see her for real behind closed doors. But she is so funny to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that could be like, and maybe it's a conversation to have off air, but like if we can get like all our moms to just like sit and watch
wrestling.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my gosh, boy! My mama used to have to watch it when she was a kid. Like my grandfather used to force her to watch wrestling when she was a kid.
But she said when she was a kid, they loved watching wrestling. Like they would be outside playing and then be like, "Oh my god, it's 6:00 or whatever time it came on," and like run in the house because they wanted to watch the Crusher and all.
She didn't want to. That she was made to. Sit your ass down and watch this damn wrestling.
My mom, she enjoyed it when she was a kid, and like when she heard Cody Rhodes, she was like, "Cody, like Dusty," and I was like, "Yes, put it together." Yes.
I was like, she remember the names though. Like
she did.
That would be interesting. I'll ask her if she's interested.
That's it. Yeah, like can we need y'all for content, Mom?
That would be so funny. That would be crazy.
Yeah. And if my mom won't do Uncle Michael, I know you watching. You actually got me into wrestling to begin with, Uncle Michael. I know you haven't watched in like 30 years, but if my mom says no, I'm tapping you into this experiment here. Just a heads up. I know you're listening. Just a heads up. As we get ready to wrap up here, shout out to the Brew Crew, man. Free burgers from George Webb tomorrow, August 20th, in the city of Milwaukee.
Hey, Eric J Day.
Hey, Eric birthday too, for sure. Eric Day. Dang, you get free burgers. A little jealous about that, but I don't want to take it from the Brew Crew's amazingness that they've been on real quick, but Craig Council, you are a jacker, sir. You are jacking it all the way down, talking about some
raggedy bitch.
I don't know what. Like you grew up here.
He said he don't know what George Webb is.
Fuck out of here! Stop lying.
They pulled the article from, I think it was 2017 or 18 when the Brewers were close to doing the 12-game streak again. He was like, man, I remember back in 87, I was in the stands looking for my free burger. And it's like, and now you ain't never heard of George.
Oh, he LeBron and shit. Like, come on, dog. Don't do that. You ain't got to be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Honestly, I ain't even... Like, yes, he's lying, but like the way that y'all have talked, not y'all YouTube, but like y'all Brewers fans have talked about that man like a dog since he left, I would no sell everything you got going on too.
He knew what he was getting himself into when he
you went to the Cubs. You know it's on site.
Mark shouldn't have been cheap.
Mark shouldn't be cheap either.
It keeps working out for Mark when he be cheap, and I'm kind of mad about it.
Me too.
It's like, stop doing this shit. Damn, it worked out. Like one of those, like, stop encouraging the bad behavior, but he keep getting rewarded for it.
That's what this is. Like, we were making a big deal because going into this season, he was talking about I think it's more important to provide families with entertainment during the summer than anything else. And everybody's like, oh, so you don't want to win a World Series. And now here we are, and the Brewers have the best record in baseball. And it's like
one of the lower payrolls and shit, and then the best farm system in the league by
it's crazy.
We got like 6 dudes in the top 50 or 100.
I remember when you were talking about Jackson Churio before he even got called up, and you were like, "Listen, y'all,
we got 6 of them in our farm system now. We have 6 Jackson Churio level people in our farm system right now.
I think like 4 of them are shortstops though, so they got a glut."
Like 3 of them, but but at some point somebody will go to second, somebody will go to third. We're gonna have to figure it the fuck out. We got a bunch of infielders. Y'all gonna have to figure this shit out. But the problem is, Bryce Terang is a platinum glove defender. That's our second baseman. Jackson Churio is our center fielder. He just been hurt. Other niggas been filling in and they've been cooking. It's like we have a team.
Yeah.
We have assets, so we're probably going to end up trading a lot of cats. But we'll probably trade them for bigger players.
It's kind of like what we've been talking about, like the Giannis era bus, where it's like I'm just enjoying the ride right now. Like I'll let the future will be the future, whatever. But this seems like a special team. Like I don't know what they'll do in the playoff round, but like this is a great run.
I fuck with this team heavy because they play baseball the way I love to play baseball. Fuck it. Ball, bro. Like, if they throwing the pitch outside, slap that motherfucker. Go the opposite way. If you got 2 on with 1 out, bunt the motherfucker over there. Yeah, do that shit. I don't give a shit that you batting 331. Fuck out. Move the man over. If we in a position where if we ain't got no outs, hell yeah, then go ahead and hit that motherfucker. We'll give you a chance. But I don't want no double plays and shit like that. So I'm gonna need y'all two to steal. Go ahead. So now we got a man on second and third with 1 out. You want to bunt? Cool. You want to hit? Cool. Your choice, my boy. Just make sure you get the motherfucker home. Don't waste it out. So they play small ball and hella defense with hella speed. My type of team.
My favorite thing is watching like opposing fans crash out. Like, how are they doing this? They keep getting away with this. Oh my god!
You get a single here, double here. Next thing you know, is 1 on the board. You got somebody on second, bunt them over. Now you got 1 on third with 1 out. You get a fly ball to center.
Can't count them out.
No,
can't count them out.
They play small ball, bro. This contact, double, contact, home run. Like runners in scoring position has been one of the Brewers' biggest Achilles heel forever. We, for some reason, have had teams to where we get motherfuckers on second and third with no outs and can't get nobody home. 4 innings in a row.
Flashbacks hearing you just say that. That's why I normally watch is in the playoffs and I be sitting there like, oh, we got 2 on base, and it's like, oh, well.
Nothing with no outs. This team does not do that. Like you get somebody on, you getting somebody home for the most part, and they're really good with that. And that's what's been setting them apart from a lot of other people. That's what makes them quote unquote unconventional because they're not playing analytics. But in analytics, you got 1 on with 1 out. The goal here is just to bunt them over at this time. Or we don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. Can you hit? Hey, look, I'm going to go swing for it. Hey, Monasterio the other day. Hey, you ready for your moment, my boy? Cool. He said that in the 7th inning. That man came in the 11th inning and hit a 3-run walk-off home run. He told him in the 7th inning, you ready for your moment, my boy?
He said, yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I ain't gonna win. He just put me in.
Pat Murphy, like I love it. Like he has good vibes. Like he's a good vibe man. Like it reminds me of Dan Campbell, where it's like I don't know what you know about X and O's, but your vibes are immaculate.
You don't take no shit.
Yeah, he got the pocket pancakes and we have pizza in his pocket.
The pocket pancake, wow.
Hey.
What's more wild though, a pocket pancake or a pocket pizza? Because I feel like pocket pizza is way more flagrant.
They're both
than a
wild.
pocket. I know, but the question is which one is more flagrant?
Pizza for sure. Like pizza is messy. Like a pancake at least doesn't leave like a stain in your pocket.
Yeah,
it can. Like depending on how much, if you got some butter on it or not, it could crumble because the motherfuckers start getting old and you start eating that shit.
Serve on it is just a pancake.
It's just the flapjack. Jack.
Yes, the pizza is egregious as fuck, bro. Like
even he said the trick has to be cold. But still, you might have a sausage in your pocket. It can just roll right on off.
He said sausage in your pocket, or you just happy to see it.
Like, wow, don't talk to me no more. Leave me alone. How about that? Stop talking to me. I want no more questions.
Eric, you brought up the fact that MLB is actually tossing out realignment too.
Yeah, so Rob Manfred, whatever his name is, MLB commissioner, he's talked about that if they do look into expansion in the next couple of years, that they would also consider realignment. So since that point, like people have been kind of throwing out their own ideas for how it will be realigned, and the most kind of like aggressive realignment scheme has seen doing away with the American League and the National League and going to more of a geography-based alignment of divisions. I wanted to kind of get you guys' ideas on that. I kind of sent you an example of one of the proposals. So for example, like it would split them into, and actually this isn't even the one I meant to send you, but anyway, so this would do like east, north, south, and west. So
each conference would have 4 divisions instead of 3 like they currently do.
Yeah. As opposed to 3 like they currently do. So actually sending you guys the wrong one is kind of throwing off my entire thing. But if it were to go to just like straight geographic, where it's like Yankees, Mets, Phillies, and Red
Nationals.
Sox in the same division, or like Milwaukee, Chicago, Minnesota, or like the Florida teams all together, the California teams all together, regardless of like what league they're in now. Like, do you think that would be more exciting for Major League Baseball, or is it that they're so rooted in tradition that's like you can't go that far? Like, if you want to do more realignment where it's like they stay in their separate leagues, but like they're still make more geographic sense. Like, is that like, do you do a half measure or do you go completely crazy?
As someone who doesn't watch baseball, this would mean nothing. Like, means nothing to me. Of like, if y'all gonna do it, go ahead, cool. As long as certain teams that I'm used to the Brewers playing against that are rivals, we still get that same energy. And you mentioned like the Chicago teams would still be lumped in with the Brewers. As long as we don't lose like Brewers, Cubs, or any other major rivalries in the MLB that are based on the divisions that they're currently in or the conference or whatever the case may be, like, I'm okay with it. Like, just make sure we keep some of the heart of what made it special to begin with is where I come in. But again, I only watch baseball in the playoffs. I just get alerts for every Brewers game in the meantime, in between time.
I've been fortunate enough to been able to watch baseball like I used to. I will say baseball has kind of been like, we like tradition, but damn tradition. With you got the robo, or you got the strike zones, you got the robo umps coming out, like they're testing those. You have the increase in like the pitcher's clock. Like they're doing a whole bunch of things where they're like, they're making it more entertainment than tradition. So I think in the form of entertainment, in that aspect of it, I think they would truly entertain, like putting the Yankees, the Mets, and the Red Sox all in the same fucking division and let them go at it and shit. Like, let's see what the fuck going on here. Because then, at the bare minimum, because you have the Yes Network already, the motherfuckers they just run that shit in New York. You have those, like, the money, most of your money probably come from that region. Yeah. The regional networks would then boom again, because then you have those that be sitting around like Chicago, Milwaukee, stuff like that. You get all of those games. Everybody.
Also, you're actually saying instead of team specific regional sports,
I mean, they both would be in the same thing.
It would be like a divisional network.
Just for the Yankee Boston portion of it. I'm only saying it for that because they're all roughly around the same giant.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody else, like we did the 4 divisions for the North, South, East, West. I'll be cool with that as long as, like you said, keep all of the at least the main division rivals together, the bigger ones. Because like in the one that you sent us initially, Eric, it had Pittsburgh leaving. And like, we all got rivalries with Pittsburgh, but they like, if you asked us to move the Bears or the Lions 5 years ago, we were like, they're rivals.
Well, for example,
more so the Lions. Like,
when they changed from the NFC Central to the North.
Yeah. So like they kicked Tampa Bay out like 20 years ago.
It was like good.
Like, fine, okay,
all right.
But I guess like kind of because we're all so more like NFL pilled than MLB. Like, how would you feel if like they got rid of NFC and AFC and just went to straight geography, where it's like now you have like you still have the 8 divisions, but like now instead of like the New York teams being set up, it's like Jets, Giants, Bills, Patriots are all in the same division, and now you have like the Dolphins and Tampa Bay and Jacksonville and Atlanta in the same division. Like you got it's much more like it's really just like who you are closest to is who you are linked up with. Like
the NFC North would still be the NFC North.
NFC North will still be the NFC North, so we would still be good there.
Depends.
Like you feel like there will be something lost from that, or is it like you'll just create new rivalries like you're done with the league?
No, I don't think anything lost. Really,
you would create new rivalries, but I think some of the more long-standing, like the NFC East, would be that division's no more as we know it. Like you lose Cowboys, Philly, Washington, like that division. Like
they all up there.
Yeah, it would be split up. So like that's the loss you would take of you lose that piece of history, but like. To your point, you have to build the new ones. And it's like, will that be compelling enough?
So then you have the Texans, you have
the Cowboys,
Saints, and Tennessee, maybe,
or the Yeah, or the Falcons. Some one of them like.
They're one of them, or maybe one of them. Because like I said, Carolina would kind of be the oddball. They're kind of in between, so they probably
Carolina's still closer to like Washington and like the Ohio teams,
in Pittsburgh. Like that'd be a weird.
Yeah, like I said, like, it would kind of like just shake everything up, and it's kind of like on one hand you lose it, but then on the other hand, like the chaos would actually be kind of like at least
it'd be interesting.
Kind of restructuring thing, like the chaos would be kind of fun to deal with.
Kansas City get out of the AFC North with Baltimore. They go down to Texas. They go down there with Texas.
See, and then I'm looking at the map. There are some where like the cluster, like the Niners, the Chargers, the Rams, the Raiders, and the Cardinals. Like it's 5 that are real close. But then you got Seattle just by itself, just
and Denver is kind of by itself in the middle.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work. Like honestly, I think NBA might be the cleanest if they were to redo it, but even then, you would still have some teams that are kind of like off on their own.
I mean, I'm just looking at what some of these divisions would be, and it'd
be some bangers. It'd be some bangers.
It's kind of interesting. All right. Yeah, kind of interesting. Any last thought? Any other news y'all want to hit before we wrap up here?
I think so.
No?
I'm all good in the hood.
All right. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to the pod this week. As mentioned, we will continue NFL previews next week, finishing up the divisional previews with the West to the West side for the AFC and the NFC. Let us know your thoughts throughout some of the talking points in this episode as well. Curious how y'all feel about the realignment conversation, and if you think any one particular league is more suitable to make that switch than any of the other major leagues in the NBA or the professional leagues right now. So yeah, make sure y'all follow the podcast as well where you can at Technical Foul Podcast, TECNICALFOUL on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky Technical Foul Podcast, all spelled out on Facebook and YouTube. And if you would like to follow me personally, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, PSN. 2K out next week, y'all. At Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE. And I got EA Play. So I got the little 10-hour sample of Madden, which is all. I only got about 10 hours to give Madden anyway. So that's perfect. So catch me on Madden for 10 hours between now and next week, too.
I'm the Eric J. Don't follow me.
Yeah, follow Take Foul. Don't follow Eric J. K Harris Gentleman is not here, but he is everyday_gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 everywhere else.
And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ask Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. We out. Dilly.
We out for sure. Appreciate it again, everybody who came through this week. Drop them comments, share the show. Do all that good stuff that helps us grow, because without it, it ain't shaking. Thank y'all.
Running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game.